Alright, so this video is just going over our worksheet number 002, one-step equation review. We got this on Friday. Yeah, Friday, August 19th. I'll just write it up here, just so we know. Alright, so we're going to be solving these one-step equations. 1 through 6, we'll start with adding and subtracting, right? So whenever you have a one-step equation or even a two-step, we'll get to next term, I think, term 3. You're gonna want to ask yourself, what operation are we performing on the variable? So our focus should always be on our variable, because our goal is to get that variable all by itself, right? Our goal is to get the variable by itself. So right here, it's not completely by itself. We've got a -2 right next to it. So in order to get rid of that -2, we have to do what we call inverse operations. Inverse operations. Inverse just meaning opposite, right? So you take a look at the operation, which here is subtraction, and we think, all right, what's the inverse of subtraction? Well, that's going to be addition, right? So if we're subtracting 2 from n, and we want to get n all by itself, we got to cancel out this -2 with +2. Now if we add +2 to the right side of the equation, obviously we can't just do it on the right, it'll be unbalanced, so we have to add 2 to the left hand side as well. We can do anything to the right side of the equation as long as we also do it to the left, right? So then we just add downwards, -2 + 2 cancels out, we get 0. N is all alone now on the right. And 6 + 2 gives us 8 on the left. So our answer is 8 equals n. I had some people asking, do we have to flip it around to n equals 8? No, you don't have to. It's the exact same answer, and I know what you mean either way. So n equals 8, or you can keep it as 8 equals n. Either way, you're going to be good. All right, number 2. Now we got x over here on the left, but that's all right. All we have to do is look for the operation that we're doing, which here is a plus, right? But we got to be careful because we're actually looking for the operation on the number or the constant. So because this 2 is positive, the inverse of a positive 2 would be -2. And again, just like before, we've got to subtract 2 from both sides just to keep that equation balanced, right? Like I said in class, you should always think of an equation like a scale, right? To be balanced, if we subtracted 2 from the left but not from the right, it would throw our scale out of whack. We've got to do the same thing to both sides to keep it balanced. 2 minus 2 crosses out 0, x all alone on the left, -n minus 2. A lot of you might think, oh, -8 right off the top of your head. And I get why you would think that, but remember, if we have -10 and -2, we're going deeper into the negative space. This is going to be -12, right? If you log into your bank account and you see that you've got -$10 and then you spend $2 more, now you're at -$12 total, right? Always think about math in terms of money. At least that's what I do. All right, number 3, we got -17 equals -12 plus n. Again, this is what I mentioned with number 2. Our operation here is a plus, but our constant is negative, right? So if we wanted to get rid of -12, we would have to do the opposite, which is +12. And again, I'll keep saying it so you don't forget, we have to do it on both sides. Okay, -12 plus 12 cancels. We've got our variable isolated on the right, which is what we want. And then -17 plus 12 is almost enough to get us to break even, but we'll end at -5 if we do that. Right? You could think of it like -17 plus 12, or you could think of it like 12 minus 17. Either way, you get +5. Or sorry, -5. Just like that. Now number 4 is really tricky because we have a negative variable. Our other examples, our variables were positive. But here we have a negative variable, right? So there's two different ways that we could solve this. We could either do what we've been doing, adding our constant to both sides because we have a negative 1. Inverse operation would be plus 1. Those cancel. Negative p equals 2 plus 1. Nice and easy, 3. Now our variable's almost all alone, but we got to get rid of this negative sign too. So we can divide both sides by negative 1 because really this is negative 1p, right? We just don't need to write that coefficient because it's implied that it's just 1p since we have 1p. But we can divide both sides by negative 1 to get negative 1 over 1 to cancel, leaving us with p equals 3 over 1 would be 3, but a positive over a negative equals a negative, right? All right, that should be hopefully enough help to get 5 and 6 done on your own. I can't give you everything. So try number 5 and 6 on your own. And if you get stuck on them, just ask in class and we can go over it. All right?